Apologize for this video coming out so late, but after that game, I just had to pass out. I was destroyed. That game absolutely wrecked me in every way possible. I woke up with someone else's shirt on. They made me breakfast. I woke up in a random bed. I didn't know what was going on. I'm pretty sure, Anyway, so let's go ahead and get right into the dog water that is Zach Taylor.
Most about your team's fight today.
Well, the fight, I mean, it is what it is. We don't appreciate losing. It's an awful feeling, sick. But our guys, they just keep showing up, man. They keep doing a great job during the course of the week. They keep practicing their tails off. They're giving everything they can on the field. We just came up short. You saw a different game. You saw guys that have played all year for us. You saw guys that came in there and got their first opportunity. You saw guys that came in there on a one-play notice. And guys just kept fighting, and we thought we were going to win the game, and we came up short. And it's a sickening feeling. But you can't question the fight for 1 second, and at some point that's going to pay off for us.
All right, I will say I do really like the fact that he actually feels like for the first time in probably this year and probably since last year that he actually feels like he's upset about the game. Like, normally he just gives us a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of hoopla about like, it's okay, we'll do better, we'll come back tomorrow, we'll get better, we can only, going up from here, boys. Like, this is actually probably the first time we have seen him in any way be animated. And I think the reason why is they probably told him. They probably, he understands. Like, listen, coaches aren't stupid. They know when the writing's on the wall. And when you're 3-8, the writing is on the wall, bro. The writing is on the wall. So, I think he kind of gets that general gist. But that last part, let me play it once again.
And guys just kept fighting, and we thought we were going to win the game, and we came up short, and it's a sickening feeling. But you can't question the fight for 1 second, and at some point that's going to pay off for us.
Okay, so at some point that's going to pay off for us. These are comments where Zach will make a pretty good statement, and this is very, very rare. Okay, this is 1 in a bazillion chance. But he ends it with something stupid like that. That, the fact that we keep fighting, we keep trying hard, we keep working, eventually this will pay off for us. That's not true, okay? If you're doing everything wrong, even if you do everything wrong, but you try your best, I'm going to keep going out there, I'm going to keep doing it like this, I'm going to keep doing it like this, you're never going to be successful. What you have to do is stop, figure out the problem, figure out the solution, and then go on from there. And the problem is, again, we've talked about it many times with Zach Taylor, is his philosophy is, we did this to get to a Super Bowl. We have to figure out how to get there again with the same exact system. And if we work hard enough and we bust our butt hard enough, eventually we'll get to this same exact system yet again with, doing the same philosophy. And that's not how it works. It's never going to be a replication of lightning in a bottle. The Super Bowl year was lightning in a bottle. The following year was lightning in a bottle remastered. He keeps trying to harp on this idea that, hey, if we work hard enough, if we do this over and over again, we're going to eventually get to the same thing. No, you're not. You have to learn that that was a beautiful moment. But we have to now go back, recap, and fix it and move on with a different philosophy. But he can't. The reason why Zach Taylor has a job is because of that Super Bowl year. If it wasn't for that Super Bowl year and that back-to-back championship year, he wouldn't have a job. We wouldn't even be talking about Zach Taylor right now because he'd be a nobody. So because of that, he's trying any desperate way he can to cling on to that concept. It's frustrating, man.
Can we get some details as to your decision as to why Joe Burrow didn't start today and you expect him to start on Thanksgiving?
We'll see. I'm not going to declare anything for Thursday yet. I thought he put himself in a great position to be ready to play this weekend, and the best decision for us was to wait a couple more days.
How's T, Zach?
He's in concussion protocol. Taj Brooks. Marker got a hamstring, and Flacco had a issue with his finger on his throwing hand.
Dislocated, popped back in.
I don't remember. That's what it sounded like at the time. I can't remember what the trainers told me.
How do you feel like he played overall today, Flacco?
Yeah, I think he continues to just fight for us, man, and give us a chance. And him and a lot of other guys in all three phases today, I thought just kept fighting for us. And he gave us a chance there at the end of the game. He plays through a lot of pain. It just keeps giving us a chance to win. We just haven't been able to do it as a team yet.
What did you see defensively from Al Golden's group?
They fought like crazy. I mean, they a lot of different ways. They didn't allow things to be easy for New England. Kept fighting them in the goal line stands. I think represent who these guys are right now. Just keep coming back. Got a penalty, 1st and goal on the 1. Kept fighting. Got to stop. And there's a lot of trust, when they keep playing that way. I factored in the 4th and 1. We didn't go for 4th and 1, kind of in our own field position. I think we're on the -40, and felt like we could pin them down in there and get a stop and get the ball back right where we just kicked it from. And so, again, I thought those guys fought for us, got a turnover, a pick 6, gave us some momentum early in the game, and just keep believing in those guys. They're going to keep fighting for us and finding a way.
Late in the game, you're out there trying to come back. No Jamar, no T, no Joe Burrow, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that challenge you? How does that change the way you approach the calls and how you do a drive like that?
Yeah, just a lot of credit to those guys out there, because those personnel groupings aren't things that we've ever operated out of before. And so guys just understanding what position they're playing, who's in the game, concepts that most of those guys have not worked all week, at least at the position they were probably playing at the end of the game. Thought the coaches did a great job on the sidelines, the position coaches trying to cover every base. I mean, we have to cover the last plays on the move there inside the 30-yard line with guys none of those guys have been in that position before. And so he still felt we were going to find a way. I mean, he takes an alert to Mitch for a touchdown, and that's the kind of game it was, where guys just kept stepping up, and you kept believing that eventually we're going to find a way to win it, and just came up a couple yards short.
On the whole, what do you feel like kept the passing game from finding rhythm for most of the game today?
I think you got to give credit to New England, first of all. They're a well-coached group. They play hard. They try to keep you off balance as much as they can. So you got to give them credit. And, there were some opportunities. I felt like there was a drive there in the second quarter. Some penalties just bit us where I felt like we were getting some good momentum, and then ended up having to punt. So I don't think there's one thing you can put your finger on that limited our rhythm. I do think you got to give New England a lot of credit for that, and we just got to find a way to do a better job there.
On the other side, what'd you see out of Jalen Davis today? His first game up since the ball from the draft.
Nothing that surprised me. That's JD. I mean, JD's had an unbelievable attitude. Every day he's been in this building. He's a fan favorite in the locker room because he just competes. He loves football. He embraces whatever role, whether it's a scout team player on the practice, whatever it is, and then gets his opportunity. He hasn't played a game all season, and goes out there and fights like crazy, and gets a sack and doing a great job fitting in the run game, draws a holding penalty on a run play, so there's a lot to love about JD. And I thought he stepped in there and did a nice job for us.
What was your message to the team?
The same thing I'm just saying. These guys they're working. It's important to them. They're not giving up on each other. They keep trying to find a way to win. It's just been one of those years where we haven't found a way at the end of the game, and that's been frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody.
Come on now, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's been one of those years we just don't find a way to win at the end of the year. I feel like that has been the summary of the last 3 years of the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think it's just this year that's been an issue. It's been the last 3 years, Zach. And there's a reason why. Consistency, right? Accountability, right? It's been the last 3 years over and over again. Because usually, it's a problem with coaching. Now, in that game against the Patriots, obviously the pick 6 does not help. But that offense definitely does stall a lot. And it has the last couple of weeks. And usually when it happens, you either blame the quarterback or you blame the OC. Yep.
Everybody, but guys aren't losing hope. It's important to everybody.
Not losing hope at 3-8. I feel like this is kind of just like, Coach Father at this point. But to say they're not losing hope when you're 3-8, I think you do kind of lose hope. You know, you kind of lose hope that the season is still in front of you when you're 3-8. Now, obviously, the division, you know, you never know. You play the Ravens twice moving forward. But I kind of feel like that's a very bad statement to make. Like, you just, they haven't lost hope yet. Well, no, I think they've lost hope. I think the fact is that they realize that there's nothing they can do at this point to fix the situation they're in. They just have to accept it. Now, again, you know, speaking of that, you know, in this game against the Patriots, normally we'd be trashing the defense. Defense actually wasn't the problem. It's the offense the problem. But even then, like, there's nothing really at the end of the day that you can be hopeful for this season. You really can. I mean, you have some guys who are on a contract year who realize that, hey, you know, we're just going to have to try again next year somewhere else. So, yeah.
To just keep at this thing and find a way to get some momentum here. And it's going to start with one win, and we just haven't found a way to get that in a while since that Thursday night game. And that's disappointing. It's frustrating. It's heartbreaking. I feel for these guys because they're giving us everything that we ask them to give us during the course of the week and out there on Sunday. And just got to find a way to win so we can remember what that feels like.
We've asked you about Geno Stone multiple times, just for him to come out and play the way he did today.
Really excited to see that. You know, it's especially the turnover early in the game, finishes in the end zone, something we've been talking about like crazy. It's going to come to us. We got to finish it in the end zone. We got to finish through the back of the end line. All the things that we've been talking about, he did. And again, he's one of those guys that's going to keep fighting for us and find a way to find a win here at some point.
Did he do anything other than having the my bad, my apologies, guys, my apologies. These are balls. Did he do anything other than the pick six? Now, don't get me wrong, pick six was amazing, but did he do anything other than the pick six? Because I feel like he didn't do anything other than the pick six. With no offense, but Geno Stone, he usually has like the most missed tackles on his team, so he normally doesn't really do much anything. But that philosophy, man, like we just gotta find a way to win. We just gotta find a way to get our first win in a while. Man, or are we trying to like? Is their goal right now to be 4-13, 4-12? I feel like the goal right now is 4-12. And, like, it's not better than that. It's just, that's the goal, 4-12. Oh, Zach.
Zach, at 3-8, what are y'all building momentum for?
To just find a win.
What have you appreciated the most about the way Flacco's battled through some injuries?
I mean, you can't put it into words. He didn't owe anything to this team. He just showed up, and so he could take the easy way out. And
Bro's getting paid. What do you mean he didn't owe anything to this team? He got traded to another team, okay? His job, and he's getting paid for, is to be a quarterback and play successfully in the NFL. I don't know what you mean he didn't owe anything. He didn't do this out of the kindness of his heart. It's not like we said, okay, well, Joe Flacco, we know you're retired, man, but can you please come back to the NFL and play for us? We need a quarterback. And he said, you know what, out of the kindness of my heart, I'll go do it. No, we traded for him, we took on his contract, and he played. Like, that's kind of just how it is. Now, obviously, yes, he could have retired, and he did say that when he got benched, he was thinking about retiring. But reality-wise, he's made it very clear since then. He still wants to play in the NFL. He still believes he's a starter, and he still wants to play for a team. So this isn't really like a, bless his heart. He did this because he is such a nice guy. No, he did this because he wants to make money, and he wants to have a job in the NFL. Zach.
And nurse an injury and say, I need more rest and all that stuff, and he hasn't. He just keeps walking on the field and pops his finger out, and whatever happened there, hurting your throwing hand's not easy, to go out there and push through that.
Because he wants a job next year. He's already said this. Like, I think Dak Taylor just does not listen. He's already said he wants to play for a team next year. He wants to continue being a starter in the NFL. And the fact is, by doing those things, while it sounds crazy and ridiculous, it makes it so another team sees you and actually wants to, sign you and pick you up and, keep you on a team. It shows the commitment. It shows the integrity. Like, these are things that teams, when they look at a 41-year-old quarterback, it's hard to look at a 41-year-old quarterback and think, oh, this guy's going to be the quarterback of our future, or this guy is going to be a quarterback for this year. But when you see intangibles like, hey, this guy had a messed up finger and he went back out there. This guy had a messed up shoulder and he played through the pain. Those are things you want. Those are things you look for when you're looking for that bridge quarterback. 2027 is the year of the quarterbacks. 2026, this upcoming draft class, is not a good quarterback class. I mean, you got Tyler Robinson from Alabama and a couple other guys, but it's not really the year. So what a lot of teams are going to want this year is they want a bridge quarterback that has like a 41-year-old veteran who bridges to the fresh face in 2027.
Jake's response, he goes out there and completes one pass for 15 yards with not a moment's notice, and so
it was 14 yards, not 15 yards. Come on, Zach.
just a lot of examples of guys just willing to do whatever it takes to find a win.
Were you hesitant to call a pass there? With Jake coming in, I mean, he had to run and grab his helmet.
There wasn't a lot of choice there. I mean, we were down 2 scores, I think, at that moment when Jake did it, and Jake went in there and did a great job.
Wait, did he not just kind of praise Jake for stepping up and, doing a very good thing and, really helping them when they needed it? And then it was kind of like, well, we needed him to do it, so it wasn't like he had a choice. Like, he had to go do it. Like, but you just said, like, he was the one who stepped up. Well, yeah, but we forced him to do it. But, like, he could have said no, but, like, he couldn't have because we forced him. What? Oh, I love Zach. I love Zach.
Bought some time, found the backside crosser, big completion. Appreciate that.
You've seen a lot of big kicks from Evan.
What's that?
You've seen a lot of big kicks from Evan. Right before halftime, a 63-yarder, new franchise record. Your thoughts on how that came about and how he hit it?
Yeah, he's in a great rhythm, has a lot of confidence. I think the operation's been really good, and so we have a lot of confidence in him. So it's not surprising, for him to take that opportunity. That was 63 yards. Really didn't bat an eye at it. I double checked with Darren just to make sure we were in good shape there. He didn't hesitate. And then once we line up for the kick, you assume it's going in. That's the point you're at with Evan right now.
Zach,
Go ahead. I know Hobson has.
Thanks, yeah. So Mitch's catch on 4th and 7. First of all, your impression of the catch, and then I guess they wanted to get the clock back.
That was the one right in front of me at our sidelines. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just layered it right over the top. I think it was the nickel right there. Mitch did a great job securing it out of bounds. They didn't touch him, so they ended up putting the time back on the clock. But it's a big moment for us, 4th down, and got to make a play. And happy that he stepped up for us.
Zach, what's probably the most frustrating thing about not being able to get more wins with this stint with Flacco and Joe out?
That is the most frustrating thing. Losing's the worst. I mean, it's the worst. And we're accountable for it. We make all the adjustments we got to make, and then you got to turn the page and you got to get ready for the next.
My bad. That was supposed to be a yes. That was not supposed to be that. But he said it, baby! 8 minutes in! Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages, we finally heard it! We have to be accountable! We have to be accountable, baby. Let's do it. A is for friends who put Zach in office. C is for C-U-N-T. C is another C, because I don't know how to spell, and then you put in the rest of the words. Accountability. Okay, listen, I'm an English professor. Shut up. There we go. Thank you.
Next week. That's life in the NFL. We're going to get ready for Thursday. So not a lot of time to sit here and we just got to move forward. And we got to go back to work. And I know.
For a solid 8 minutes, he was actually a real person. And now he's back to his politics on a speech, his typical politician speech. Like, for 8 minutes, actually felt like he cared. He actually felt like he was like, man, this is actually important to me. And now, with the last 2 minutes, he's like, all right, get back to the typical PR speech. We have to get back to work. We have to keep trying. We have a short week. We don't have time to sit here and mope about what happened. We have to do what we need to do. Like, for 8 minutes, Zach, you actually felt like one of the guys. I still wanted you fired, but I wanted you fired just a tad bit. It was not even a chance less. But it was like .0. Hold up. Oh. There was no one coming at the end, by the way. I still want him fired.
But these guys are going to do that. And we got to do it with great energy and belief that we're going to walk on that field and go find a win on Thursday night on the road. And that's what we're going to set forth to do, starting tomorrow morning.
With the Burrow situation, when did Flacco know he was starting today?
Flacco knew on Friday. He knew on Friday he was starting.
Zach, with T going down when he did,
That's what's so confusing, because apparently Tuesday he said that the plan was always to start Joe Flacco, not Burrow. But, like, he didn't know till Friday he was starting.
late in the game, they're obviously going into a short week now, and Mitch pops up, a couple big catches there in the last couple minutes. Does that feel like kind of a reassurance just for the passing game overall? Moving into a short week?
Yeah, I thought a lot of guys stepped up, so again, they've shown that we should have confidence in them, and I think that's just what's been built up over there with a lot of the skill.
Exactly who stepped up in this game that makes you have confidence in them? Can you tell me? Because I think you're just giving us a very bland speech here, like a politician, because I don't know anyone who stepped up really that big in this game that makes me have confidence in them. Other than the obvious contenders, which is Chase Brown, but we expected him to do good, and we already had confidence in him. Receiver-wise, Mitchell Tinsley, but you guys refuse to ever want him to have confidence in him. I'm speaking of Zach Taylor, obviously, not the fans. Defensively, listen, everyone just did good on defense, but, like, there wasn't, like, one particular player. Obviously, Geno Stone had the interception, but there wasn't, like, consistently throughout the game one consistent player that you're like, oh, that's the guy. He did so good in this game. I guess Dax Hill could be that guy. Dax Hill was that guy. DJ Turner was that guy, too. What am I saying? I'm stupid.
Skill players on offense is you put them in, you expect them to make a play, and they keep showing up for us.
With the loss today, I'm sure this question isn't going to surprise you. There'll be a lot of talk externally about why the organization feels that it's in best interest of Joe. If you do decide to play him, can you just address what you guys are factoring in with that decision?
Yeah, winning's important. We want to win, and Joe gives us a great chance to win. And again, Flacco has given us every.
That is such a... Really? You moved your head like 3 centimeters, Zach? I hate you so much. It's such a good picture. Anyway, what did he say? Oh, yeah. I love how the fact that... See, now I got to go back and do this. I love the fact that Joe could be meaning anything at this point. It could be like Joe Flacco or Joe Burrow, so it actually works out very well. I'm going to have to give him the Papa John... Not the Papa John's. Oh, baby. I'm going to have to give him the Pizza Hut hat.
Every opportunity. We haven't lost games because of Joe Flacco. He's gone out there and give us everything, and he understands that.
Joe Flacco literally threw a pick 6 versus Steelers when we were down by 8. Then proceeded... Actually, no, that was just the pick 6. But still, we have actually lost games technically because of Joe Flacco. It hasn't been solely his part, but we have had games where, definitely did not end out very well. I think I'm going with an Amish Pizza Hut guy right now. But we have lost games because of Joe, but it hasn't been strictly his fault.
That being said, we'll also be excited to watch Joe Burrow. We watched Joe Burrow now for 6 years and seen the things he can do as well. And so, again, he's worked really hard to get himself back. He's a football player. He wants to play football. We want to win football games, and so that will lead into that decision. Okay, thank you.
Dang it, I was going for like a tropical vibe there. I was going like for a tank top in the beach. Anyway, let's be honest. Zach Taylor is such a bad coach. He could make the D-Day invasion look like a family vacation to the beach. Say that with love. Anyway, that wasn't funny. That was not a funny joke. A lot of people lost their lives, and I'm sorry for saying that. Anyway, guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. I don't know anything that Zach Taylor said in this video. He is that blah. Peace out.